wall, same bikes by the rail. Same old boardwalk painted white and pale. Salt in the wind, sun low on the roofs. Whole town moving slow like it had nothing to lose, yeah. Corner store humming with the freezer light. Kids in the sandals talking loud at night. Nothing had happened, nothing had changed, but the air felt different in a quite strange way. One friend said college, one said not yet. One kept the name they still hadn't said. I had a feeling sitting under my skin, like the tide knew something before it came in. We threw rocks at the water, watched the sky turn gold. Laughed like we were still too young to get old. But somewhere in the sunset, under all that blue, a little voice kept saying this summer's coming through, yeah. Not goodbye yet, not the end yet. Just a warm and carrying something we ain't met. Same small town, same horizon line. Still it felt like time was leaning toward a sign. This was the summer before goodbye, before the nights learned how to hold too tight, before the sea kept secrets in the dark, before our young hearts left their first real mark. This was the summer before goodbye, all sun on our skin and fire in our eyes. We didn't know what was about to change, we just knew this light didn't feel the same, yeah. You could hear it in the gulls, in the radio buzz, in the half-shut doors, in the old beach trucks, in the way we stayed out longer than before, like nobody wanted early evenings anymore. One girl traced circles in the fogged-up glass. One boy swore this town wouldn't be his last. One kiss almost happened by the vending machines and got lost in a laugh like a half-made dream. We were still just kids with the pockets turned thin, still talking too big with the whole world ahead. But that's how change comes, not loud, not fast. Sometimes it smells like salt in the summer that won't last. So we rode past the harbor with the shadows long, singing words of songs we still got wrong. And every small second felt bright and deep, like the season itself had something to keep me. Maybe all endings start like this, not with tears but with sunlight on your wrist, with the day still wide and the sky still kind, and a little more hope than a heart can hide. So let the ocean breathe, let the boardwalk glow, let the first long night move soft and slow. We were standing on the edge of a season spark, with summer in our lungs and no fear of the dark. This was the summer before goodbye, before the nights learned how to hold too tight, before the sea kept secrets in the dark, before our young hearts left the first real mark. This was the summer before goodbye, all sun on our skin and fire in our eyes. We didn't know what was about to change, we just knew this light didn't feel the same. Not a memory yet, not a last wave yet, just one bright town and a summer not finished.
Yeah, tires on the sidewalk, sun on our backs, salt in the wind and the sea off to the right. Whole crew rolling loud past the harbor line, like the day was ours and the town fell behind. Shoelaces loose, hair blown wild, laughing too hard like we were still kids. No destination, no reason to slow, just a bright blue road and somewhere to go. You rode with one hand, yelling over the breeze, pointing at the waves like the answer your dreams. I said race me there, you said you already lost, and took off grinning with your shadow stretched long. Boardwalk kids waving, girls in the air. Summer felt huge in the heat everywhere, and every pedal down hit deep in the chest, like freedom had a rhythm and we knew it best. Bikes by the seawall, we were riding like the world was wide open. Bikes by the seawall, young hearts flying with the salt in motion. No map, no brakes, just a long bright sky, and the sound of our laughter running side by side. Bikes by the seawall, that was the kind of day you don't outgrow. Yeah. Stop by the pier for a drink and a breath, hands on our knees, still smiling, still wrecked. One friend said this is what a life should feel like, sun in our eyes and no end in sight. Then back on the road with the music up, phone speaker weak but it still felt enough. We sang wrong words to a song half known, like the whole coast turned into a chorus of its own. One girl rode ahead with her shoes untied, one boy said he'd leave this town by July. We all got quiet for a second and laughed, like growing up was a way we could still outrun fast. And remember the light on the white sea rail, how the day stayed bright even when the wind turned pale, like everything gold was moving at once on spokes and skin in the late day sun. The time was chasing, we were faster then. If the end was coming, we were past that then. All we knew was the road felt alive, and the sea kept saying, don't go home tonight. Yeah, maybe you sounds just like this. Chain click rhythm and a salt air kiss. Not from love alone, but from life turned free. From your best friend shouting over the sea. So let the wheels hum, let the shoreline bend. Let the long light hold like it might not end. We were more than a town, more than a day. We were speeding, sun, in a beautiful way. Oh, bikes by the seawall, we were riding like the world was wide open. Bikes by the seawall, young hearts flying with the salt in motion. No map, no brakes, just a long bright sky and the sound of our laughter running side by side. Bikes by the seawall, that was the kind of day you don't outgrow. Sunburnt sneakers on the sand all day. Salt on our skin and we still won't go away. Heat in the air, old sky turned gold. We were young enough to never do what we're told. Sunburnt sneakers, laces full of dust. Living too loud like the daylight belonged to us. No clean lines, just a beautiful blur. That was summer at its wildest in our world. Noon hit hard on the boardwalk rails. Flip-flop kids and the smell of cheap lemonade. Towels on the rocks, bags in a pile. Whole crew yelling with that sun-drunk smile. T-shirt stuck to my back, hair full of wind. One friend dove first, said last one's dead. Another one slipped on the pier and cursed and laughed so hard he almost made it worse. We had sand in the sock, change in the cup. Phone battery low but the music still up. Somebody drawing names in the wet shoreline. Somebody swearing this would be our best July. You came running barefoot, shoes in your hand. Sunlight on your shoulders, hard out of plan. I tried to say something cool, came out too late. So I threw seawater back and pretended that was game. At the noon, burning through the top of the town. Skate marks, bike tracks, heat waves on the ground. We bought cold cans from the old store fridge. Shared one bag of chips by the seawall edge. One friend said I'm moving when summer ends. Nobody answered, we just kicked at the sand. Like if we stay loud, maybe time was slow. Like growing up, might miss us if we never went home. We chased shape for a minute, then ran back out. Too loud to sit still, too young for doubt. Sun on our necks, red marks on our shoes. Every little bad decision felt like truth. And the day kept stretching like a song too long. In the best kind of way, when nothing felt wrong. Just waves, just noise, just skin, just light. Just one endless coast and a never finished sky. If this was reckless, let it be. If this was messy, set it free. We were made for days like these, where the whole world tastes like salt and heat. Yeah, yeah. Maybe youth is exactly this. Sun on your face and no thought to miss. Not some perfect movie scene, just scraped up joy in a bright wild dream. So let the boardwalk beg, let the blue sky ring. Let our beat up shoes drag through everything. We were not trying to look profound. We were just alive with the summer turn loud. Sunburnt sneakers on the sand all day. Soft on our skin and we still won't go away. Heat in the air, old sky turned gold. We were young enough to never do what we're told. Sunburnt sneakers, laces full of dust. Living too loud like the daylight belonged to us. No clean line, just a beautiful blur. That was summer at its wildest in our world. Red on our shoulders, sand on our feet. Still laughing like the sun and the sea would keep. Look, sky turned purple over the harbor line. Shops pulling shutters, but we still had time. Sand on our ankles, salt on our sleeves. Talking like the night had no reason to leave. One friend checked the bus app, said last one's at 10. We all said yeah, but kept talking again. Past the cup, sweating on the bench by the rail. Street lights waking up in a soft gold haze. Radio low from a parked old car. Someone humming Napa Hook under the stars. You lean back laughing with the wind in your hair, and the whole sea breeze felt caught in that air. And nothing huge happened, that's the beautiful part. Just small town nights settling warm in the dark. But I could feel time moving under our feet, like a slow last train with a soft kind of heat. We knew we should go, but nobody moved.
like the dark got sweeter the longer it grew. One more joke, one more song, one more minute to trust. How good life felt when we stayed till the last buzz. Ooh. Yeah. When we stayed till the last buzz. Yeah. Corner store neon on the wet road, shine cold cans in our hands and nowhere in mind. One friend said summer's getting shorter now, and nobody answered, just looked at the clouds. You drew little circles in the fog on the glass, asked me think nights like this really last. I tried to joke it off, said it may be long enough, but my chest went quiet in a strange warm rush. We watched one bus pass and let it go by like home could wait, and so could real life. There was freedom in that, in the small delay, in deciding the night still belonged to the day. And the sea kept breathing by the Black Sea wall, like it knew our names, like it heard it all. All the half-made plans and the things unsaid, all the young bright noise in our tired sunburned heads. We stayed till the last bus, till the stars felt close enough to touch, till the night got deep and the air got soft, and nobody wanted to be the first to stop. We stayed till the last bus, holding on to nothing, and that was enough. Just friends, soft wind, street light dust, and a world that felt right till the last bus. Maybe youth is hidden in hours like these, not the loud daylight but the slow night breeze, in the almost goodbyes that never came out, in the way we stood still when the town shut down. So let the harbor sleep, let the road lights blur, let the dark keep every little word. We were not trying to be legends or stars, we just didn't want to lose how alive we were. Yeah. We stayed till the last bus, till the stars felt close enough to touch, till the night got deep and the air got soft, and nobody wanted to be the first to stop. We stayed till the last bus, holding on to nothing, and that was enough. Just friends, salt wind, street light dust, and a world that felt right till the last bus. Home came later, but the night stayed with us, in the hush of the sea, in the last late bus. We had fireworks in our pockets. Yeah, we had fireworks in our pockets. Yeah, pocket full of sparklers, salt still on our skin. Night rolled in slow, but the heat stayed in. Boardwalk, half asleep, sea breathing in the dark, and somebody lit a little flame that woke the whole park. You had one in your hand, smiling through the light, like the stars came lower just to watch that night. Friends all talking loud, shoes kicked by the rails. Summer in our pockets like a secret built to blaze. No big festival, no crowd counting down, just cheap fireworks from a tiny beachside town. But the way they burned gold in the wind by the sea made it feel like the whole horizon leaned in with me. One friend ran laughing with a spark in each hand, one drew circles in the air like they could hold the sand. I tried to play it cool, but the glow on your face made the whole world flicker in a dangerous way. We had fireworks in our pockets, little sparks, but they lit up everything. Fireworks in our pockets, young hearts glowing like the night could sing. No big stage, no perfect sky, just salt wind and a little wild light. Fireworks in our pockets, and enough summer left to burn bright. Waves sound low like a kick in the back, phone speaker thin, but the vibe stays stacked. One said don't grow up, one said too late. Then we all laughed hard like we could outrun fate. You walk with me down by the shadowed sand, sparkler burning small in your right hand grip. Said he's nice, feel fast, I said yeah I know, but what I meant was I didn't want the feeling to go. Behind us our friends kept shouting at the moon, making dumb little legends we remember too soon. And the smoke from the light drifted up so thin, like the air itself didn't want the dark to win. I watched the last sparks fall near your shoes, thought maybe youth looks exactly like this too. Not forever, not safe, not easy to hold, just a beautiful flash in the sea night gold. If tomorrow comes, let it come slow, we still got a little fire left to throw. One more laugh, one more light in the wind, one more night before the summer thins. And maybe the brightest things don't last that long, maybe that's why they live so strong. In your chest, in your hands, in the air, by the sea, in the parts of the night that still live in me. So let the sparks fall, let the shoreline glow, let the soft black water catch it go below. We were not trying to own the sky, we were just young enough to set our darker light. We had fireworks in our pockets, little sparks, but they lit up everything. Fireworks in our pockets, young hearts glowing like the night could sing. No big stage, no perfect sky, just salt wind and a little wild light. Fireworks in our pockets, little sparks, but a little baby day. Fireworks in our pockets, young hearts glowing like the night could sing.
Sea breeze moving through the boardwalk lights, friends still laughing loud into the night. Waves came in slow by the darkened rail, but all I really heard was your voice through the salt air. Yeah, you pushed your hair back with your sleeve halfway, said something small I still ain't forgot yet. Could've been nothing, just a passing line, but it stayed in my chest like a song caught in time. Shoes in your hand, footprints near the tide, street light gold on the side of your smile. Everybody talking whole summer alive, still somehow the whole world narrow when you look my way that night. I kept acting cool like it meant nothing much, like my heartbeat wasn't changing from a brush or your touch. But the sea kept moving and the dark stayed clear, and your name kept drifting closer in my ear. Not a promise, not a scene from a film, just the way one person can suddenly feel real. With the whole coast wide and the whole sky there, still all I could hold was your name in the salt air. We walked a little slower when the others ran ahead, talking about small dreams and the towns we might leave. You said you like nights when the world got thin, when the waves sound louder and the lights pull in. I said, yeah, me too, but I meant more than that. Man, I like the way you laugh, could loosen what I lacked. How the summer felt bigger when you stood nearby, like even the moon leaned lower to the sea that night behind us. Our friends were still sparks in the dark, shouting at the water, making legends in the dark. But with you it got quieter in the best kind of way, like the noise of the world. Step back for a minute to wait, and I knew I should speak, say something brave and clean. But youth is strange, it glows more than it explains. So I just stayed there with the wind and the blue, letting all the unsaid things turn gold around you. Her name in the salt air, stay with me longer than the night out there. Long after the waves roll back from the shore, I can still hear it soft in the dark once more. Her name in the salt air, like summer itself, learned how to care. Not forever maybe, not a promise to keep, just a beautiful sound the sea left. And maybe some feelings are meant to begin like this, not with fireworks but with the breeze and a mist, with the look too brief and a road too near, and the kind of young heart that feels everything clear. So let the shoreline breathe, let the street lights fade, let the memories start while the moment stays. I didn't need the whole world, didn't need the crowd, just your name in the wind saying enough without a sound. Her name in the salt air, stay with me longer than the night out there. Long after the waves roll back from the shore, I can still hear it soft in the dark once more. Her name in the salt air, like summer itself, learned how to care. Not forever maybe, not a promise to keep, just a beautiful sound the sea left in me. Friends went home, stars went dim somewhere, but I still walk back with her name in the salt air. Boardwalk quieter than it was in July, same blue water, different kind of sky. Sun still warm, but the edge turned thin, like the season that already started folding in. Towels on the rail, fewer bikes in a line, shops closing earlier at the edge of 9. Friends still laughing like nothing had changed, but the wind felt older in a quiet way. One friend said school starts next week, another skipped a stone and didn't speak. I watched the tide coming around our feet, thinking how something beautiful can leave so softly. Yeah, that looked like you felt it too, like the gold in the air was turning blue. Not broken, not gone, just moving on, like a song still playing after summer's strongest part was gone. No one asked for this shift in the light, no one voted for shorter nights. Still the long days slipped through our hands, like Santa never promised it would stay. August never asked, it just turned a page while we were still laughing. August never asked, it took the bright days and made them feel fragile. We were still young, still sun on our skin, just moved on fast. We walked past the arcade with the lights half dim, past the food stand where the summer crowds had thin. Same seawall, same names in the paint, but everything looked like a memory being made. You said crazy how it never wants you first, how the best days fade without the worst. Just little signs, the colder breeze, the early dark, the way even joy can carry a quiet mark. We bought cold drinks and sat on the curb, talking slowly to waste a word. No one wanted to say the season out loud, like silence might keep the end from gathering clouds. And I remember your shoes by the broken step, the sound of the waves and the things we left unsaid. Not because it hurt, not because it was wrong, but because some summers live best when you know they're almost gone. Maybe that's why it shines so hard, because it was never ours to guard. Maybe youth is learning how to stay, even while your favorite lights start slipping away. So let the sea breathe deep, let the harbor glow, let the last warm nights move soft and slow. We were still here, still fire, still dust, still trying to outrun what August never asked. They just turned the page while we were still laughing. August never asked. It took the bright days and made them feel fragile. We were still young, still sun on our skin, still saying one more night like that could win. But August never asked. It just moved on fast. Not the final shore, just late summer light at an almost closed door. Sky gone pink on the edge of the tide, choosing a pile in the daylight, running light. Water look colder than it did in July. Still somebody yelled last swim and we all smile wide. Boardwalk behind us, seeing our chest. Late summer wind moving through our breath. You rolled your jeans up, then ran in fast, like the whole world couldn't tell you this was meant to be. One friend counted 3, one already dove, one cursed at the cold, then came up laughing loud. I hit the water and it stole my air, but the sunset hit the waves like gold was everywhere. For a second we were nothing but motion and light, young hearts splashing through the edge of night. No tomorrow, yeah, no bags packed tight, just salt on our lips and the dusk on our side. If the season was slipping, we slipped into, not to lose it slow, but to cut right through. One more wild breath, one more sky to win, one more way to say we were really here. One last swim at dusk, that's how we held the summer just enough. Cold water, warm hearts, red sky above, still running like the night belonged to us. One last swim at dusk, no we couldn't keep it but we touched it once, with our names in the waves and the light going soft. That was youth in the water at dusk. T-shirt soaked, hair in our eyes, everybody louder in the fading light. You floated on your back and watched the first star show, said wish nights like this had somewhere else to go. I didn't answer fast, just watched the tide push at the shore like time from the side. Our friends were throwing water, shouting at the moon, making one more memory too bright to lose. We walked out, shivering, still grinning hard, feet in the sand, sea darkening far. Someone wrapped in a towel, someone reached for a hand, and the whole horizon felt too beautiful to understand. Maybe that's the thing with the best kind of days, they don't ask to stay, they just burn that way. So we stood there dripping in the last warm glow, trying to memorize what we already knew ago. Maybe you is this exact kind of brave, jumping in cold when the light starts to fade. Not because forever waits under the sea, but because this one last moment feels like enough to keep So let the night roll in, let the shoreline blur, let the wet footprints fade where we were. We were not trying to outrun the end, just trying to meet it alive with our best friends.
One last swim at dusk, that's how we held the summer just enough. Cold water, warm hearts, red sky above, still running like the night belonged to us. One last swim at dusk, no we couldn't keep it but we touched it once, with our names in the waves and the light going soft. That was youth in the water at dusk.
Sea turned dark but the heat stayed with us. In our wet shoes and our last swim at dusk.
Night sat low on the edge of the sea, street lights shaking on the black wet street. Friends by the rail talking softer than before, like the dark knew something we weren't ready for. Shoes half buried where the sand turned cold, towels in a pile still carrying no salt. Nobody rushed, nobody ran, we just watched the water rewrite the land. One friend skipped a stone and it barely made three. One checked the phone then put it back quietly. He stood with his hands in the sleeves of my hoodie, looking at the tide like it meant more than it should. And maybe it did, cause the wind changed shape, not enough to scare us, just enough to say this won't stay still, this won't stay ours. Not the sea, not the season, not these exact hours. And still the night held on, still the air stayed warm, still we stood there like maybe time could miss us one. Past the pier lights, the harbor breathed slow, even the boardwalk sounded far below, like the whole town stepped back for a minute or two to let us hear what the silence already knew. We said, feels weird, and I said, yeah, I know, but we left the sentence hanging with the undertow. Some truths don't need much, they just move through the skin like the first cold line when the tide turns in. I thought of July in our sunburned shoes, the bikes by the wall and the sparks we threw of every dumb little promise we made in the heat. And how beautiful things don't always ask to keep. Our friends were still there, same faces, same names, still close enough to reach, but touched by change, like the night had drawn a line no one could see. And we were standing right before it by the sea. Before the tide changed, we were still laughing in the late night blue. Before the tide changed, we were still young enough to think we could hold it. One more breath, one more wave, one more light, one more reason to stay in the night. Before the tide changed, we were still us in that summer frame. Maybe nothing breaks all at once, maybe it softens and slips then runs. Maybe endings sound just like this, low sea wind and a half-spoken whistle. Let the water turn, let the shoreline bend, let this moment glow before it ends. We were not trying to stop the sea, just trying to stand inside it honestly. And if memory starts right here tonight, then let it start with the harbor lights, with sand on our feet and our shadows long, and the sound of change moving through one last song. We were still laughing in the late night blue. Before the tide changed, we were still young enough to think we could hold it. One more breath, one more wave, one more light, one more reason to stay in the night. Before the tide changed, we were still in that summer frame. That summer frame. Not gone yet, not drifted far away, just one quiet night before the tide changed. Boardwalk, empty season packed away, chalk names fading where the bikes once raced. Sea still breathing by the old white rail, but the town feels slower now, the long light fails. I can still see us in the August gold. Sunburnt shoes and hearts too young to fold. Cheap cold drinks, our shadows on the wall, laughing like we thought the warm nights wouldn't fall. There was salt on your hair, there were sparks in our hands. There were last bus talks no clock could understand. There were waves of dust and the courage to dive. There were moments so small they still feel alive. Now the wind moves different through the harbor sign. Same coastline, different kind of time. But every quiet street, every dark blue frame still holds a little heat from the way we came. No, we couldn't stop it. No, we couldn't stay there. But the best kind of summer leaves us light in the air. It slips through your fingers, still it lives in your blood. Like a song you don't lose, even after it's done. It was a summer we couldn't keep, but it kept on living inside of me. In the salt, in the wind, in the late night streets, in the friends, in the fire, in the soft sea breeze. It was a summer we couldn't keep, but it made us more than we used to be. No, it didn't stay, no, it didn't freeze, but it left us light in everything we see. I remember the railway you leaned and smiled, the sparkle of smoke in the dark gone wild, the last cold swim when the sky went red, the hush by the tide with no one said in. One friend moved on, one still right sometimes. One got brave, one just got older inside of me. I still hear that coast in my chest, like some parts of you never really rest. Not because we failed, not because we lost, but because all real things carry a cost. And that one bright season was never ours to own. It was ours to live, then ours to let go. That's a strange kind of gift in a summer like that. How it hurts a little but gives more back. Like the sea took the days, but not the shape of the people we became in its wake. So here's to the seawall, the bikes, the sand, to the names in the wind, and the sparks in our hands, to the late bus gone and the nights that stayed, to the tide that changed and the love it made. If I can't go back, I don't need to now. I still carry the sun somehow in my voice, in my skin, and the way I breathe. That summer is gone, but it didn't leave me. It was a summer we couldn't keep, but it kept on living inside of me. In the salt, in the wind, in the late night streets, in the friends, in the fire, in the soft sea breeze. It was a summer we couldn't keep, but it made us more than we used to be. No, it didn't stay, no, it didn't freeze, but it left us light in everything we see. It was a summer we couldn't keep,